Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Each one of us is always desiring for happiness, and each one of us want unhappiness never to come to our life. हर रोज हम एक ही सोचते हैं कि आज सुख मिले और दुख ना मिले. However senior great devotees we are, the baseline of our thought process is that I don't want unhappiness and I want happiness. But still, all of us constantly keep getting unhappy. हम लोग निरंतर दुखी होते रहते हैं. So why we are getting unhappy? Because of the simple formula. There is an expectation, and most of the times that expectation is not fulfilled. So we get unhappy. Everybody has an expectation or expectations, many expectations. If they get fulfilled, we get happy. And one time they get fulfilled, next time they don't get fulfilled. The same expectation. So the root cause of all unhappiness is expectation. And spiritual life, the life of Krishna consciousness, is to learn to give up expectations and accept whatever the Lord sends, whatever Krishna sends to make it happen in our life. We learn to accept it. What we do is, whenever we do our duties, as a mother, as a father, as a brother, as a sister, as an employee, and so forth, we, while doing a duty, keep an expectation. This is what it should be. If I am a mother, my child should do this. If I am a wife, my husband should do this. If I am daughter-in-law, my in-laws should do this. If I am a daughter, my parents should do this. If an employee, I should get so much salary, increment, this, that. So every duty we do, we keep an expectation, and with that expectation, we do the duty. And that is why, while doing our duty, also we are unhappy. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna, unknowingly also, sometimes knowingly, unknowingly, we have a desire. I want to go for a yatra. I want to my children to be initiated. Or I want initiation for myself. And so forth. My house condition should improve. I should go to new house. I should go to this place. I should go to that place. I should meet my spiritual master. There are so many desires. And that may be at the back of our mind while we are chanting Hare Krishna also. And most of them don't get fulfilled. So they are also very unhappy. And then we think, oh, how many days I am chanting, how many months I am chanting, how many years I am chanting. But still these things are not getting fulfilled. What is the use of my chanting? So, if you and me want to be constantly happy, the only thing is we need to give up our expectations in our duties. And we also need to give up our expectations while chanting Hare Krishna in spiritual life also. So then what we do? What should we be doing? We should be doing our duties to please Krishna only. And we should perform our spiritual life, we perform our chanting only to please the Lord. Then only you will be happy, I will be happy. That means whatever happens in life, irrespective of my expectations in my duty and in my spiritual life, I accept it as Krishna's perfect mercy and perfect arrangement for me, for my overall ultimate welfare, upliftment. If we have that faith and if we learn to accept that these all things are actually meant for my ultimate upliftment of my soul, then we will be able to not keep any expectations. It is a very difficult thing. But if you and me want to be really happy in our spiritual life and in our performing duties, then this is essential. Why we are unhappy even after chanting for 50 years? Because we are still expecting something out of our chanting. We are looking at our chanting as a fruitive activity. If I do chanting, then I should be doing this. I should be getting this. Why I should not be getting this if I am chanting Hare Krishna? Or why should this bad thing happen to me when I am chanting Hare Krishna? Bad things, good things, who knows? Only Lord knows what is good for us. And when we have faith in the Lord's doings for us as good, then we will be always be peaceful, happy in Krishna consciousness. So we want to have a broad smile, a genuine smile from the heart, reflecting on the face all the time. Learn to accept things as they are and don't keep any expectations during your spiritual life, during your chanting and during your performance of duties. Then your chanting also will become very nice because you don't have any expectations. Chanting will be frustrating because you have expectations. You have no expectations in chanting, chanting will be fantastic. It will be attentive because now it is only meant to please the Lord. I am nowhere in the picture. Lord will decide what is good for me. And He knows. I have full faith. He knows what is good for me. So I have to just chant to please Him. If He is pleased, He will take care of me nicely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Is there any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, how to not to have expectations?
By practice. First, you have to meditate on what I said today, and then you have to believe it, whatever I said today. And if you believe it, you have to start practicing. You may be having now 100 desires. You may cut down 10 desires, then 10 more desires, then 10 more desires. And one day, by constant practice, you will be able to give up. So many things happen against our desire. That's because we are attached to a particular situation to happen. We want a particular situation to happen in our family, in our life, in our existence. But they don't happen. And then if we are practiced and trained and ready to accept it as Krishna's mercy and go forward, then you are not having sleepless nights. When things go beyond your expectations, against your expectations, you have sleepless nights because you are having difficulty in accepting the situation as perfect for you. You want it to be the way you expect it. That's why there is sleepless nights. So I told one of the devotees yesterday, you don't have to have sleepless nights. Just give it up. Just leave it to the Lord. The Lord will see how to handle. You just say, I am not in control. I cannot change the situation. So why should I be attached to the situation which I cannot change? So let me accept it. And for that, you need devotees. You can contact devotees on Zoom, on phone, WhatsApp. You don't have to always meet them physically. Now you have so many methods to meet devotees and take strength from them. But I can guarantee you that if you always keep struggling within you to have what you want, you will have sleepless nights and disturbed days. I can guarantee you that. But if you just understand, this is not changeable. I cannot change certain things. And I accept them as they are, as a mercy of the Lord. Immediately you'll be peaceful. So you don't need sleeping pills. You just Say, okay, my Lord, fine. I will keep chanting. You do whatever you feel good for me. I have faith in you. And that's how life becomes very wonderful. And we know what things to give up, what things to continue. We know, we come to know. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Any other person has question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, can we have spiritual desires and leave the result to the Lord?
Yes, you
That
can
will,
always have spiritual desires. It is healthy situation to have spiritual desires. But even in the spiritual desires, we should not be attached to the result. You do like Arjuna was fighting for the war to win the war. But he was told by Krishna not to be attached to the victory or defeat. So you work for the spiritual desire as if you want to fulfill the desire. But leave it to the Lord in the end of the story. Because he knows what is good for us. Exactly what is good for us. When failure is good for us, he knows. When victory is good for us, he knows. Everything he knows. So he puts all those things, failures and victories in right place, in right time in our life. And we have to keep doing. You don't have any restriction for having any spiritual desire. Prabhupada had huge desire. He wanted to have a worldwide organization of millions of devotees. When he had nothing, he was sitting on a bench in a Tompkins Square Park in New York. But he had that desire for Krishna purely, not for himself. So when we desire spiritually only for Krishna purely and selflessly, then Krishna may fulfill. But if it doesn't fulfill, still we accept it as his mercy. We are not the doers. Why we are unhappy? Because we think we are the doers and we want a particular thing to happen in a particular way only. Because I think I am the doer. The baseline thought, without knowing also, we think I am the doer. That's why I want it to happen this way. Why it is not happening this way? And I'm unhappy because of that. But once you understand Krishna is the doer, he is the karta, I am the instrument, I am the insignificant devotee of Krishna, then immediately you become peaceful. You leave it to Krishna only. Whatever happens. Hare Krishna.
thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you very much for everybody. Please join more in more numbers and inspire everybody to chant every day, selflessly, without expectations, to please the Lord and make your life happy and successful. Thank you very much.